Hello viewers, good day to you all. As we are studying about the bacteria, bacteria are smallest and very simple microscopic living organisms present everywhere. They are present everywhere. They are omnipresent. These bacteria are prokaryotic in nature. They do not exhibit true nucleus in their cell cytoplasm. Being a prokaryotic living microscopic organisms, bacteria they shows three different forms. Morphologically, bacteria are of three different types. Spherical shaped bacteria, then rod or bacillus shaped bacteria, then spiral shaped bacteria. Based on their shape, morphological shape, bacteria recognized into three different forms. Even the bacteria under certain conditions, they also exhibit different structures. Such bacteria are also termed as pleomorphic bacteria. Then some of them are even involucre bacteria. Some of them are also L forms. Recently, L forms of bacteria are also recognized. One by one, just I will discuss with all of you about these different forms of bacteria. Morphological forms. Morphology of the bacteria, bacterial cells. There are three different forms. Spherical shaped bacteria, round bacteria. Then rod shaped bacteria, and spiral shaped bacteria. Spherical shaped bacteria are called coccus bacteria. Rod shaped bacteria are known as bacillus bacteria. Spiral shaped bacteria are termed as spirillum bacteria. Coccus bacteria, nothing but spherical bacteria. Further, these bacteria are grouped into six major types, six different types. Micrococcus bacteria, Diplococcus bacteria, Tetracoccus bacteria, Streptococcus bacteria, Staphylococcus bacteria, and Yersinia bacteria. The first one is Micrococcus bacteria. So morphologically, bacteria are of three different types: spherical shaped bacteria, rod shaped bacteria, and spiral shaped bacteria. Based on their shape of the cells, bacteria recognized or grouped under three different forms: spherical bacteria, rod shaped bacteria, and spiral shaped bacteria. Spherical shaped bacteria or bacterial cells are termed as coccus bacteria. Cocci is a singular word. Cocci is a plural word. Coccus is a singular word. Micrococcus bacteria This Micrococcus bacterium exhibit only single spherical cell. Single spherical cell. If the bacterium exhibit a spherical single the cell, such a bacterium is known as Micrococcus. Example, it is Micrococcus aureus. Micrococcus aureus. Micrococcus aureus is an example for the Micrococcus bacterium, which is a single spherical shell. Single spherical shell. Then Diplococcus. Diplococcus bacterium, it appears to be as an that means what? If the spherical bacterium cell, spherical single bacterium cell, if it divides in one plane, it results in the formation of the two cells which are jointed each other. Such a spherical shaped bacteria are known as Diplococcus bacteria. Diplococcus bacteria. It appears like this. Micrococcus, another one Diplococcus, like this. Diplococcus bacteria. Example, Diplococcus pneumoniae. Diplococcus pneumoniae is a good example for the Diplococcus bacterium. So these spherical shaped bacteria appears in 6 different shapes, 6 different forms. Micrococcus, Diplococcus, then Tetracoccus bacteria. Tetracoccus bacteria, they appears like this. Tetracoccus bacteria, another type. Tetracoccus bacteria, one cell, another cell, at another cell, like this. Tetracoccus bacteria. Tetracoccus bacteria are also spherical shaped bacteria. If the single spherical shaped shell divides in 2 planes, it results in the formation of the 4 cells. That is known as Tetracoccus bacteria. Tetracoccus bacteria. Micrococcus, Diplococcus, Tetracoccus, Streptococcus bacteria. Streptococcus bacterium is another the spherical shaped bacterium. Here, number of spherical shaped shells arranged together to form a chain of cells. Such a spherical shaped bacteria known as Streptococcus bacteria. Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae is a good example for Streptococcus spherical shaped bacteria. Then Staphylococcus, another type. Another type is Staphylococcus bacteria. Here, Staphylococcus bacteria are those usually appears in a bunch or in an aggregate bundle, just like grapes. Number of spherical shaped bacterial cells aggregate together to form a bunch of cells. Staphylococcus bacteria. Such a bacterial cells are termed as Staphylococcus bacteria. Staphylococcus bacteria. Yet another type of the coccus bacteria have also been recognized. Okay. So the first one is Micrococcus, second one is Diplococcus, the third one is Streptococcus, the fourth one is Tetracoccus, the fifth one is Staphylococcus, and the sixth one is Cercinae bacteria. Here, the single spherical bacterium cell undergo division in three different planes to form like this. To form the cells of four each. Such a bacteria are termed as Cercinae bacterial cells. So these are all spherical shaped bacteria, also termed as coccus bacteria. Based on their morphology, certain bacterial cells also appear rod shaped. That means what? Such a bacteria are termed as Bacillus bacteria. So these Bacillus bacteria again maybe Diplobacillus, or sometimes chain like Streptobacillus, or sometimes palisade like. In a Diplobacillus bacterial cells, one Bacillus bacterium cell, another Bacillus bacterium cells arranged together side by side. Such a bacteria are termed as Diplobacillus bacteria. In a Streptobacillus bacterial cells, number of Bacillus bacterial cells arranged together to form a very long chain. Such a Bacillus bacteria are termed as Streptobacillus bacteria. And still some other Bacillus or rod-shaped bacteria also appears like this. Long columnar cells arranged side by side. Okay. Such a bacterial cells are termed as palisade like the bacteria. Palisade Bacillus bacteria. Then even some of the Bacillus bacteria also they form a very long trichomes. Trichomes. Okay. If there is a space between one cell and another cell in the long the chain of the Bacillus shaped bacteria, such a bacteria are also termed as the trichomes. So, rod or Bacillus shaped bacterial cells appears in four different forms: Diplobacillus, Streptobacillus, palisade like bacteria, and trichomes. Then spiral shaped bacteria are of two different types. Spiral shaped bacteria usually appears in two different forms. Vibrios and spirillum proper, like this. Spiral shaped bacteria, especially this the Vibrio-like bacteria, appears just like a comma, These are commonly locomotory bacteria. They are locomotive in nature as they exhibit the locomotory organ, that is a flagellum. Vibrio cholerae is a good example of the Vibrio's bacteria, which is a spiral shaped the bacterium. The shape of the bacterium appears just like a comma, so therefore the name spiral bacterium or Vibrio bacterium. Vibrio comma-like, Vibrio cholera is a good example of the bacterium. Then another, the spirillum proper, it appears like this. This is the bacterium cell appears like a corkscrew. Spirillum bacteria. Okay. Based on the shape or morphology of the bacterial shell, bacteria are grouped or recognized under three different headings: the coccus bacteria, bacillus bacteria, and spirillum or spiral bacteria. Among the coccus bacteria are of again 6 different types, namely Micrococcus, Diplococcus, Streptococcus, Tetracoccus, Staphylococcus, and Sarsinella. And in the bacillus bacteria, Diplobacillus, Streptobacillus, Palisade-like, and lastly it is the trichomes. And in this case, in the spiral shaped bacteria, there are two major types of the bacteria have been recognized: Vibrios and the spirillum proper. Okay, these are different forms of the bacteria. Remember, still there are some other forms. Other forms have also been recognized. Nothing but pleomorphic forms. Pleomorphic forms of bacteria. Pleomorphic forms of bacteria. These group of bacteria, they never exhibit a definite shape. Okay, pleomorphic means what? They change their shape in different forms. This means what? In a young culture of a bacterial cells, the bacterium cells, they exhibit different forms to that of the normal parental cell. Such a forms are termed as pleomorphic forms. Pleomorphic. They exhibit, they do not exhibit a definite form, a particular shape, particular form. Pleomorphic. They suddenly change their shape. Such a shape or form of the bacteria are termed as pleomorphic forms of the bacteria. Bacteria are cultured in the laboratory on the artificially prepared nutrient medium. If we start to culture the bacterium, okay, they grow after absorbing the nutrient medium, all the different nutrients. They start dividing. They divide and produce many cells. These cells on a culturing medium, usually they appear in different forms, in a pleomorphic forms. Okay, they do not exhibit a particular shape. Such a bacterial cells are termed as pleomorphic bacteria. Yet another, that is Involution forms. Under certain conditions, again it is the culturing bacterial cells. They usually appears in somewhat in larger size, or somewhat they appears in irreversible. They appears to be swollen cells. Such a bacterial cells are termed as involution forms. They exhibit an irregular shape, somewhat swollen cells they appear. Such cells are termed as involution bacterial cells. Okay, pleomorphic bacteria are different. Involution bacterial cells are different. Yet another forms of the bacterial cells have also been recognized that are termed as L forms means what? L forms. Recently, these L forms of the bacteria are reported in the year 1935 by the Line Berger. It was the Line Berger who was reported about the L forms of the bacteria. These are very special bacteria are very interesting. When bacteria are treated with any of the antibiotic, or when the bacterial cells are treated with very low freezing temperature, the cold treatment, okay, some of the bacterial cells they appears, they change their shape. Usually they become unusual, soft, and usually such a forms of the bacterial cells are termed as L forms. Unusual, soft forms of the bacterial cells. Soft forms means what? They appears in various shapes. These are soft, unusual, appears in various forms. These are termed as L forms. It was reported by the Line Berger in the year 1935. Okay, so as such, the morphology, that is the shape of the cell of different bacteria are concerned. Bacteria appears in different forms. They may be a spherical, bacillus, or a spiral, or usually pleomorphic bacteria appears during culturing of the bacterial cells. Involution forms of the bacteria also, it is possible for us to observe these involution forms of the bacteria during culturing of the bacterial cells, and it is this L forms of the bacteria. So different bacteria are parasitic in nature. In order to control their growth and development or the multiplication, bacteria, that is the bacterial infection, when it occurs to anybody else, in order to control the disease, or in order to control the disease caused by them, antibiotics are used against the diseases. So when the bacteria are treated with the antibiotics, the bacterial cells, they usually appears in a L forms. Okay, L forms. So it is very interesting that bacteria are omnipresent found to occur everywhere in the soil, water and in the air. These bacteria, it was the Bachman and Bachman in the year 1945 and 46, who was reported that 1 ml of a bacterium culture, it may contain of about trillions of bacterial cells. Trillions of the bacterial cells. So a small quantity of the topsoil also contain. If we take one single spoonful of the topsoil, it may contain millions or billions of the bacterial cells. So bacteria are different types. They may be a symbiotic or a non-symbiotic. Means what? They may be a free living bacteria, or sometimes they may occur in association with the other organisms. Other organism cells or tissues or organs or in the body of the plant or animal. So based on their physiology, bacteria are again grouped into two different groups, namely autotrophic bacteria and heterotrophic bacteria. Autotrophic bacteria are those that they derive their energy, nutrients or energy or nutrients are nothing but the food molecules in their own way. Autotrophic bacteria are again of two types, chemosynthetic bacteria and photosynthetic bacteria. Heterotrophic bacteria on the other hand are different types, three different types: saprophytic bacteria, parasitic bacteria and symbiotic bacteria. I will write here on the basis of their physiological groups. Based on their physiologically bacteria are grouped under two different categories: autotrophic bacteria and heterotrophic bacteria. In autotrophic bacteria, again there are two types: chemosynthetic bacteria and photosynthetic bacteria. In a heterotrophic bacteria, there are three different types: saprophytic bacteria, parasitic bacteria, symbiotic bacteria, like this. Autotrophs means what? Example, all green plants are autotrophs. They prepare their own food material in presence of a solar energy, in presence of the sunlight. As they get the carbon dioxide from the atmospheric air with the help of the absorbed water in presence of a sunlight, they prepare their own food material. The process is known as the photosynthesis. So some of the bacteria are autotrophs. They prepare their own food material. Means what? They derive their own energy. Such a bacteria are termed as autotrophs. In autotrophic bacteria, there are two types: chemosynthetic bacteria and photosynthetic bacteria. Take for example the photosynthetic bacteria. Photosynthetic bacteria are those they prepare their own food material in their own way as they undergo the photosynthesis. Like all green plants, they also contain photosynthetic pigments in them. This photosynthetic pigment, which is present in the bacterial cell, known as bacteriochlorophyll molecule. So suppose that this is a bacterium containing a pigment known as this pigment, bacterial chlorophyll pigment. Bacteriochlorophyll pigment. It is because of the presence of the bacteriochlorophyll pigment in the bacterial cells, some of the bacteria undergo photosynthesis. Some of the bacterial cells undergo the photosynthesis. All those bacteria that they contain bacteriochlorophyll, the molecule in their cell cytoplasm, and they undergo photosynthesis are termed as photosynthetic bacteria. So the bacterial photosynthesis and plant photosynthesis, it is different. During a plant photosynthesis, all green plants release oxygen as a byproduct of their photosynthesis to the atmospheric air or the water, water medium, the hydrophytes, like that. But during the bacterial photosynthesis, bacteria they never release the oxygen as a byproduct of their photosynthesis to their habitat in which they are present. So bacterial photosynthesis is different, plant photosynthesis is different. Anyhow, photosynthetic bacteria undergo photosynthesis, they prepare their own food material as they contain bacteriochlorophyll pigment in them. This is one of the autotrophic bacteria. Then there are another autotrophic bacteria also found to occur on this planet Earth. Such a bacteria are termed as chemosynthetic bacteria. Chemosynthetic bacteria are again different types. Okay, nitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, carbon bacteria, iron bacteria, sulfur bacteria, and hydrogen bacteria, methane bacteria. These are all the chemosynthetic bacteria. Certain bacteria they derive their energy in such a way that by the chemical the reaction, as they bring the chemical reaction, as they convert some of the complex the chemical compounds into a small simpler molecules, energy is released. Okay, such energy utilized by the bacteria for their survival, for their other metabolic activities. Such a bacteria are termed as chemosynthetic bacteria. Nitrifying bacteria, take for example, nitrifying bacteria is one of the chemosynthetic bacteria. Okay, Nitrosomonas, Nitrosogloia are such a chemosynthetic bacteria. Okay, nitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria, carbon bacteria, iron bacteria, sulfur bacteria, hydrogen bacteria. These are all chemosynthetic bacteria. Chemosynthesis. They synthesize their own energy in such a way that by converting the complex chemical as they bring the complex chemical reactions in their ores. Okay, so all these comes under the autotrophic bacteria. These chemosynthetic bacteria play a very significant role in a biogeochemical cycles. Example, in the carbon cycle or in the nitrogen cycle, many of the denitrifying bacteria involve in the nitrogen cycle, and many of the carbon bacteria, even the iron bacteria, involved in the carbon cycle, and hydrogen bacteria are also involved, and sulfur bacteria and methanogen bacteria especially also these are comes under the chemosynthetic bacteria. So this is all about another concept about the bacteria based on their physiology, how they get their energy, how they get their nutrition. Based on this, the bacteria are divided into autotrophic bacteria and heterotrophic bacteria. In a heterotrophic forms of the bacteria, heterotrophs means what? These are the groups of the bacteria. They never obtain their food material or the energy or any other nutrition in their own way. These group of the bacteria depend upon the other organisms, other plants or other animals, or in other words, they usually depend upon the substratum or the soil which is rich in organic and then inorganic the nutrient substances. It may be the dung, animal dung, or it may be the any other the humus, like that. Okay, so take for example, heterotrophic forms are heterotrophic bacteria are of three different types: saprophytic bacteria, parasitic bacteria, and symbiotic bacteria. Parasitic bacteria are those usually they parasiticize on the plants or on the animals. These are also termed as pathogenic bacteria, pathogenic bacteria. They infect and then cause the disease. They infect inside the body cells of a plant or animal. They get their energy, they derive their or they obtain their nutrients. All those parasitic disease causing bacteria are termed as pathogenic bacteria, nothing but a parasitic bacteria. Majority of the parasitic bacteria are disease causing, okay. Then saprophytic bacteria, they bring about the putrefaction process. They convert very complex organic compounds which are present in the cells of the body of the plant or animal or any other the dead material of a plant or animal into simpler forms. In this way, they decompose the dead body of the plant or animal or any of the plant material or the animal material. The process is termed as a putrefaction. These saprophytic bacteria are responsible for that is the decomposition of the plant material or the animal material. So it is these the saprophytic bacteria are also termed as scavenging bacteria, scavenging bacteria, putrefaction, they decompose the material, okay. Saprophytic bacteria, by the decomposition process, they derive their energy, they derive the nutrients. Another important the groups of the bacteria, that is the symbiotic bacteria. Symbiotic bacteria, they never occur freely in the nature, in the soil, in the air, or in the water. These bacteria always occur in association with the cells of other organisms, other plant or other animal. If the two or more different living beings occur in association with each other, such a association or interaction is known as symbiosis. The interacting organisms are termed as symbionts. So certain bacteria always occur in association with the other organisms. So take for example Rhizobium bacterium. Rhizobium bacterium always occur in association with the root cells of the leguminous plants. Rhizobium bacterium. Rhizobium. Not only this is a single the bacterium for a symbiotic bacteria. There are many. Just I am mentioning here one of the good example of the symbiotic bacterium. Rhizobium species bacteria are good examples for the symbiotic bacteria. These occur in association with the root nodules or the root cells of the leguminous plants. The plants which belongs to the family Leguminosae or the Papilionaceae. Okay, the plants belongs to the Leguminaceae shows the presence of the root nodules. In the root nodules of the leguminous plant, we usually observe the presence of the symbiotic, the Rhizobium, the bacteria. These Rhizobium bacteria, the symbiotic Rhizobium bacteria, greatly participate in the process of the nitrogen fixation. So this is about the morphology of the bacterial cells. Other than that, based on the physiology of the bacterial cells, the bacteria are grouped into autotrophic bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria. In autotrophic bacteria are again chemosynthetic bacteria and photosynthetic bacteria. And in case of the autotrophic bacteria, in heterotrophic bacteria, there are different types: parasitic bacteria, symbiotic bacteria, and the saprophytic bacteria. So the bacteria may be autotrophs or heterotrophs, maybe a chemosynthetic, photosynthetic, or any other saprophytic, parasitic, or symbiotic. Anyhow, bacteria are present everywhere. They are very interesting. Many of them are highly useful, and many of them are parasitic. They cause very destructive diseases. And I shall continue in the next class about other aspect of the bacteria. Thank you.